Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Broil. Alright, it's another scorcher of a day out today, so it's a perfect day to find something to do in the house. In the spirit of that, we're going to do another episode of Bites and Nibbles with Breck today. Today we're going to produce Feta Tomato-Basil fish. This is something I found in one of my recipe books. It looks really simple, it looks really tasty, and something should be able to whip together pretty quick. Let's look at the ingredients. So these are the ingredients for today's recipe. First off, we have our fish. They recommend a whitefish. I got some Atlantic cod. I thought that looked pretty good. We have some feta cheese, a little garlic, a little onion, some fresh basil, some diced tomatoes, and a little bit of olive oil. Like I said, this is a pretty simple little recipe that we're going to be able to throw together pretty quickly, but it's got a lot of good stuff in it, so I'm looking forward to this. Let's get going. Okay, so I've taken a little bit of time to prepare some of my ingredients. I have 1/3 of a cup of onions that I've diced and 1 garlic clove that I've minced really well. I'm going to put a couple of teaspoons of olive oil in a saucepan, maybe a little bit more, and we are going to cook our garlic and our onions until they are just kind of soft. So I'm going to put that in there. And we'll prepare them. I'll let you see that a little bit when things start heating up. Alright, the onions and the garlic are starting to look pretty good. We're going to let them go 1 more minute or so here. We want to just kind of get them soft a little bit. Just going to kind of keep it moving here. For the record, I'm doing this on kind of a medium-high heat. And I think that's starting to look about right. So next thing I've done is I've thrown in my tomatoes, and we're just going to kind of boil this all together. Now I've drained the tomatoes for the most part because that's what the recipe says. And we're also going to throw in some fresh basil, and that's going to give it a nice little bit of flavor here. We're going to kind of bring this to a simmer. I've lowered the heat to like a low medium, and we're going to let that simmer for a few minutes. And while that happens, we are going to prepare the oven for the next step, because we're going to put the fish in the oven and we're going to broil the fish. Get that ready. Alright, we're going to put the oven into broil mode. Let that heat up. That'll take a few minutes and I'll catch up with you then. Alright, I put my fish into a small baking dish, and the oven has gotten up to temperature now. We're going to throw this in here. We're going to broil it for 4 to 6 minutes. So we'll turn on the timer here. We'll do 5 minutes to start here. See you in 5 minutes. Alright, 6 minutes have passed on the fish in the broiler. We've topped it with our tomato sauce and basil, and now we're going to kind of just dump a little bit of feta cheese on it. This is about 1/2 cup of feta cheese. And it's kind of a little bit warm, so it kind of clumped together a little bit, but that's okay. That'll still work. And then we're going to throw it back into the oven for another 5 or 6 minutes, and this should be ready to go. See you in 6 minutes. Now I've also decided I'm going to steam a little cauliflower. I got some nice cauliflower at the grocery store today, and the Instant Pot is really great for that. So I put about 1 cup of water into the Instant Pot. I've got my steamer barrel in there. I've cut up my cauliflower. I'm going to put the lid on. We're gonna put it into steam mode for 3 minutes, and about the time this finishes up, the fish should be ready too. So see you in a few. All right, Instant Pot cauliflower is ready. Let's quick release and see how our fish is doing. That should be pretty close to being done too. Yeah, boy, I timed that well, didn't I? Okay, so while that's venting, let's pull the fish out. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. We're gonna set that down over here. Yeah, that's gonna look good. I can't wait to try this. All right, so this looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to trying this. It's still really, really hot because, like I said, it was under the broiler, and it's been out here and on the plate for like 2 or 3 minutes, and it's still kind of steaming. So I'm going to take this very, very carefully here. Yeah, really good. I'm not really surprised that this is good because everything in it is good. I love fish, I love tomatoes, I love feta cheese. Everything in it is really good. You know, a little bit of flavor of garlic in there. Really, really good. Now, I'm not really going to do much of a taste test on the cauliflower. I know what I'm getting on that. I do that a lot on there. But I want to just kind of throw that in as a nice little side dish. Steamed cauliflower is really awesome. About 3 minutes. And it comes out perfect every time. So, yeah, perfect as always. Not too soft. A little bit of crunch to it. It's perfect flavor. Like I said, cauliflower, I just dusted it with a little bit of salt. It's good to go. But the main event here is the fish, and the fish is fantastic. So anyway, I think that's the end of our video for today. This is a good one. I'll put the recipe in the description below. Check it out if you're interested, and let me know what you think in the comments. And other than that, I think that's all we have today. So thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night. Alright, just a little bit of a postscript on this video. I think in the future, if I do this one again, I would maybe double or even triple up on the diced tomatoes. It might just be the fact that cod is kind of a bland tasting fish, doesn't have a whole lot of flavor. I think adding some more tomatoes would probably improve that significantly. So consider that in the future if you want to do this recipe, that you might want to consider doubling up or tripling up on the tomatoes. But other than that, like I said, it's a very, very flavorful, very filling meal, and I would definitely recommend it. So anyway, thanks for watching.